Hi, Will. Alex Viviano. Nice to finally meet you. How you doing
Hey,
today?
how you doing?
I'm
Good to
good,
see
good,
you.
good. Hey, well, when I walked into your office, I noticed you have a St. Louis Blues calendar over there hanging on the
Yes,
wall. Are
yeah.
you a fan?
Huge fan, born and raised a Blues fan. My dad kind of raised me that way. He
Oh, is
was
that
a
right?
huge Blues fan as a kid himself, so
Oh, great.
kind of just been taken after him.
Very good, very good. Have you had the chance to go to any games this year?
No, actually not. I don't think I've been about 2 years now because of this shop opening up. I've been so busy with this, and doing stuff for it.
Sure,
And
I can
yeah,
imagine. I can imagine. Looks like you got a lot going on around here.
yeah,
Well, look, we talked on the phone a few days ago, and we kind of established that this meeting would last about 10 minutes. Does that still work for you
yeah,
today?
yeah. 10 minutes works.
Okay, fantastic. And is there anybody else that would be present today that you'd like to sit in on this meeting?
Yeah, normally my business partner actually is out and about doing business right
Okay.
now. But I will relay the information. But he would normally be here.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah,
Yep.
sounds good. And would it be okay if I asked you some questions today and took some notes on
Yeah,
some?
feel free for
Okay,
sure.
very good, very good. And we established a rough budget on the phone a couple days ago. Is that still, I believe you said five thousand
Yeah, about
dollars?
5,000 works. Yep.
Okay, very good, awesome. Well, if you don't mind, let's get down to business.
All
How
right.
many employees do you currently have here at the coffee shop?
All right. We got about three part time that are kind of college kids. They come back for the summer and winter breaks, and then we
Okay,
got eight full time employees. Um, and yeah, and then me and my business partner that
okay.
run the place, and that's it.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, that's a nice size, nice and small.
Yeah.
And what would you, if you could describe your employee satisfaction process, if you have one, what would you say?
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't say that we do too much for employee satisfaction, but we definitely try to do a little bit. Usually, for the first Friday of every month, we usually have a catered event where we all eat lunch, 100% on the company, and usually all our employees want to make it and can make it. Um, and another thing we try to do is have different coffee tastings when we come up with new flavors, and just kind of have like a happy hour with each other and try to enjoy each other's company. Um, and yeah, that's really it. Um, yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
it.
that's yeah. That definitely sounds like you're making some strides to kind of promote a good, positive work environment. And I noticed so all of that's done in house, correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's the norm. Yep, pretty much.
okay,
Only in house.
okay. Sounds good. So if what would you say? Do you hold it important that for managers like yourself to maybe host or hold employee options as an entire team outside of the office? Would you render that important?
Yeah, that's something that I need to kind of work on, I would say. I haven't actually held any kind of event outside with our workers, but I think that it actually might be a great idea to do. Um, just kind of develop better employee relationships to bring kind of a positive work environment every time you're coming to work. So,
Okay,
yeah.
very good, very good. So you say it would be important for
Yeah,
employees to kind of get to know each other on a personal level.
100%.
Okay,
Yeah, I think that
awesome.
it's important to when they're actually working together to for customer satisfaction in general.
Awesome. Yeah, very good, very good. So do you think, would you say that you were satisfied with your current process that you're running here with all your in-house activities?
Um, yeah, yes and no. I would say that most of them I think we probably need to add some, but I think all the ones we do right now are for the most part helpful in ways to help customers just
Yeah,
develop
yeah.
better relationships.
So you're kind of missing that big,
Yeah, the
fun event that.
yeah, I think there's still something out there.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So right now, if a company would you say if a company does not really take strides or promote to enhance their employee relation or employee satisfaction process, do you think that that might have a negative effect on productivity or output and maybe possibly even increase a turnover rate? I know you're a small business, so you might be really not really too concerned about that.
Yes, 100%. And I think that because of the fact that I'm a small business, we only have a little amount of workers, and I think that it's important, most of all, when you only have such a little amount of workers, to develop those relationships. And if you don't do those things, I think that it kind of relays into when you're actually on the job and how happy the customers are and how organized the workflow is and it kind of just, I think, determines how smooth everything goes when you're actually working.
Sure, absolutely. I definitely get that. So as a small business, I assume that you pride yourself on customer service.
Hmm.
So is that something that you hold, as kind of a top standard here? Is
Yes, that's really the number one thing. If I'm interviewing someone for a job here, that's kind of my main thing. For the first question, I'd kind of say how would they react to a certain situation. Like in regards to putting a customer first and just
right,
really just taking care of them. Yeah,
right.
because
Awesome,
they're spending the money at our place. So.
awesome, fantastic. And do you think, would you say your employees are kind of the best avenue to kind of promote that positive
Yeah, I think
environment?
that also with the activities we hold and kind of getting to know each other kind of helps the fact, like I said, that the customer service, it just kind of brings a better environment in general.
Okay, awesome. Lastly, what effects do you think a stale work environment, if it were to come to that, might have on your
Yeah, so
productivity?
like I said, if you didn't really get to know the worker that you're working with, I feel like it just doesn't run as smoothly like I was talking about. There could be a certain relationship between a certain someone that they didn't like a way they do something, and I feel like if you got to know each other and stuff like that, you would almost joke, but not you wouldn't be as serious
Right,
as you normally would.
right.
But yeah, stale in work environment definitely is a no-no because you just you want to make sure that the customers are happy and everything runs so much more smoothly when it's not.
Right, awesome. That's interesting. You make those comparisons because I've always been told, people kind of have a psychological need to have a sense of belonging and self-being.
Right.
People always like to be recognized and yeah, recognized amongst their peers, really.
Right.
In fact, I saw an interesting stat that says that 65% of coworkers and just the workforce in general, they love to have experiences, that memories that they can take from their coworkers, having relationships with them, and 94% just like being recognized by their peers. So
Wow,
I would
that's
agree.
interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just
Makes sense.
right, absolutely. So going off of that, let's recap what we've talked about so far. So we've talked about you're experiencing some kind of problems with your employee satisfaction. You're looking for ways to kind of expand and
Right.
kind of go above and beyond to really
Yeah.
drive home that aspect of your business. With that, why would you think it's important to build healthy relationships? I know we've kind of touched on it a little bit already, but what would be that driving factor that really
Um,
makes it important for you to have a healthy relationship between your
well, yeah. Well,
employees?
number one, for starters, my relationship with employees, I think, is kind of a different subject because if I want them to respect of what I want to do and of what I say for them to do and how I want them to treat our customers, then I kind of have to get to know them as well, and
Sure.
I have to bring myself to let them respect me in a way. And I think that that's the same way with the ones you're working with. Like I've been saying this whole conversation we've had, I think just the fact that you actually know someone, I think it's just way easier to work with them
Cool. I
in
agree.
a lot of ways.
Awesome. So if I told you that I could help with that, and help enhance your employee satisfaction, how would you hold that important?
Well, if it's the right idea, absolutely. Yeah,
Awesome. Very good. Very good.
love to hear it.
So basically, what I'm offering is I work for the St. Louis Blues, and we offer suites to local and area businesses to kind of help
Awesome.
promote and kind of set apart the that big event that you can go to as a team and get the families involved. To really get to know people outside of work at a social event on a personable level. And
Right.
hopefully, our goal is that yes, it kind of reflects back into the workplace. We think that's very
Awesome.
important.
Yeah.
So a little bit about our suites, just a very broad thing. They're brand new suites at the Enterprise Center. Redone this year. They're top of the line. They offer extreme luxury, great food, great sight lines. So that's just a little bit more. I won't get into much detail about that now. Um, but yeah, exactly. So just kind of
Awesome.
just to summarize what we've talked about. Um, you are experiencing some employee satisfaction, not not difficulties per se, but you're really looking to kind of go above and beyond.
Right.
Um,
Yes. And I
is that
think,
correct?
yeah, I think what you just said about the suites that you guys have to offer is could be a huge thing for my employee satisfaction strategy. It's not, it won't, it'll bring me outside of the shop. It'll get people traveling to a new place with others, and I think that only brings people closer, especially when you're at a fun game you can watch.
Sure, sure,
Um,
that's right. I didn't even think
and
about that.
also, they can love my beloved St. Louis Blues.
Right, very good, very good. Well, awesome. Are there any other goals that you would like to accomplish with this meeting today, or do we kind of?
I think we kind of hit on everything, really. That's the main problem I
Okay,
have right now.
awesome, awesome. So if you like that idea of the Blue Suite, and you
Yes.
think that might be a good idea to kind of expand and help promote your and enhance your internal operations, would you consider maybe meeting again, talking a little bit more?
Yeah, for sure. You could come by next Wednesday. I'll give you a call. I'm going to talk to my
Okay,
business partner first, make sure it's something we actually want to do and spend
very
our
good,
money on in
very
time.
good.
But I think it's overall a great idea and could really help us.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I definitely see us being a great fit for each other.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear what your partner has to say, and I'm glad we were able to meet today. And
All right.
yeah,
Yeah, sounds good, man.
awesome. Well, thank you very
Yeah, I'll
much for
see you
your
next
time,
week.
Will. Awesome. Thank
You
you
have a
very
good
much.
one.
Thank you. You too.